Welcome to MMA Labology. We're back, baby, after a week off.
You didn't do it.
I didn't sing it yet. Hold on, I'm going to wait. All right, I'm here with the Mad Lab.
What's going on?
Aldo.
Hope you all had a very good Thanksgiving with your families.
Hope you guys enjoyed the Quan and Mike show last week. I did watch the replay. It's very entertaining.
We did good.
I was a little jealous. I thought Quan was going to take over my spot. That's what it seemed like. He was trying to get his ass in my seat over here.
He had a camera on him and everything?
Everything, bro. He's trying to take over my spot. But we are back. We got a good fight card, good main event Saturday night.
A lot of news, too. We got a lot.
Don't say Aldo, Rob Font, man. That's a tremendous matchup. If you're an MMA fan, obviously you must know Jose Aldo. If you haven't watched Rob Font fight in the last 2 years or his last 4 or 5 fights, the dude is legit. The dude has hands. Aldo has legs. And this is a great stylistic matchup. We'll talk about this a little afterwards. How was Thanksgiving, Lab? I know how it was because you were with me.
It was good. It was the first time I was away from my family since forever. And we went to this place.
You went home last year for Thanksgiving?
I was home already. I came out here right before Christmas. So I spent Thanksgiving.
You haven't been here a year yet.
No.
That's right. All right.
No. So we went to Water Grill.
Went to Water Grill, tremendous restaurant with a Thanksgiving menu they had, perfectly cooked.
Mad Lab had 2 vodka martinis.
Yeah, he had 2 martinis.
I had two bros.
It was really, you could tell at the end.
Out of here.
He was feeling a little woozy here, man.
With blue cheese olives, blue cheese green olives.
He was feeling woozy, but we had and everything with that. I tell you, I hate, thank God, my mother-in-law's not listening, but it was
nice.
One of the best turkey, mashed potato, gravy, the cranberry, just a dabble of the cranberry sauce.
Mix it in with everything.
Mix it in nice. The stuffing with the apples in there, tremendous.
Wait, what about the dessert, dude?
And the dessert was
bread
great.
Pudding?
It was a caramel bread pudding. Tremendous. That was good. I was in Joshua Tree 3 days before that. If no one knows what Joshua Tree, it's a national park. It's in the desert. Got an Airbnb with the family. Went there. We went hiking, mountain biking. We went hiking with goats, right? So we went. My wife found this Airbnb thing out there, and it was like 5 miles off the beaten path, no cell phone service through dirt roads, and you get to this goat farm with this guy from I don't know where he was from, like Switzerland, and he moved here. He had this accent, and he had like 30 goats, and it's like this thing he does called hiking with goats. And like you just go and you go hiking with the goats, bro, and they just follow you everywhere, and they're so funny. First of all, the goats are so cool. They're just
look at Quan's face.
But
I'm listening.
You would think that they'd be like, man, like, but they're not.
They're not. They were like, I saw the videos on social media.
They're just
following them all
The
around.
funniest part is that you're walking and they all go, and they go ahead of you. And then if you stop, they all stop, and they all just turn around. And they just stare at you, waiting for you to move. It's the funniest shit.
Where he finds this shit, I have no idea.
Dude, 2 hours of it. 2 hours of this going on.
Please do the goat again.
Yo, you got another impression you got to do later.
What's that?
I'm going to point at you when it's time. You'll know exactly.
We're back.
Yo, what happened with him, dude?
Smoke.
Yeah.
Absolutely smoke.
Smoke. So, let's bring it back. Joshua Tree, tremendous. Hiking with tremendous. Thanksgiving, tremendous. Friday, wife had to work. I was home all day just chilling. And then Saturday comes along.
Give it to him.
And the game was on.
Give it to him.
And it was great to be a Michigan Wolverine. It's great to be a Michigan Wolverine.
That's the whole song.
That's the whole song.
That's it. That's all you got
And
to
they
say.
sing it over.
It's great to be a Michigan
Over and over.
Get ready to do a 360.
That's it.
Let me tell you something, okay? Because I'm a diehard Michigan. There's no others like that's Michigan Wolverines football is my number one. It's not even close by it. And I'm a Yankee fan, Giants. Not even close. Like that's my heart. That's like I cry when they lose to Ohio State. I can't take it. I don't want to talk to nobody. My wife knows. Like the week of the game, she's like, "Is Saturday the game?" Because it's called the game. She's like, "Yeah." She knows. Like, don't get out. Don't be near the house. If they lose, don't talk to me for a couple of days. Like it's like that. Like she knows. So she left. And I got nervous, bro. Nervous before the game comes on. I watched all 3 hours of the pregame, and they're showing everything. They're showing Desmond Howard and Woodson, and then they go through all the Ohio State dominance for the last 15 goddamn years of pain. And I just,
a good catch right there.
and I just start, you like that. And I start getting nervous, you know, and then the game starts and we drive down the field and score. I'm like, all right, this is how it's going to be. I'm like, that's it. I'm like, now I wasn't confident we were going to just win, but I was like, this ain't going to be like the last two times with the blowouts. Like, we're fighting all the way. This is going down right to the end. I knew it just watching the way they played their first drive. You could tell by the first drive what was going to happen. And, man, I was by myself. My kids weren't there, nothing. Even my kids don't want to be near me. And I was just so nervous. I was pacing my house watching the game, man, just screaming at the game every time. Haskins is a beast, dude.
At what point were you like, it's over?
I wasn't comfortable at any point until Haskins scored that last fifth touchdown because Ohio State's offense, first of all,
plays.
Their receivers, those three guys might be the three best receivers in the country. Like, they're that good. Olave, Wilson, that freshman kid, whatever his name, then Jabe, whatever his name. Dude, I mean, what the running back, that guy Henderson, I mean, they got such a team. But Josh Gaddis, the offensive coordinator, said it the best afterwards. Ohio State is a great explosive finesse team, but they're not tough.
Yeah.
And you know what? They were not tough this day. We controlled line of scrimmage, both sides of it. Aiden Hutchinson is a monster, bro. And that's why he's going top 5, top 3, maybe even number 1 now.
You think, do you think he played his way to number 1 over Thibodeau?
They got him now in the Heisman conversation now, Hutchinson. You know what I mean? Now, is he going to win Heisman? No. But now the problem, what I worry, so after that game, I was the happiest I've been in 10 years. You know, probably right up there with my kid's birth, right? But now, the problem is the emotional high, coming off of the emotional high, and now playing in their first Big Ten championship game, because the Big Ten championship is new. It's only been 5-6 years since they've been doing this. Now they got to play.
Let down.
Now they got to play Iowa. Michigan's game is controlling the line of scrimmage. Iowa's game was controlling the line of scrimmage. Michigan, best run team. Iowa, best run defense in the country. So this is no cakewalk, and you hope they don't get a letdown because they win this game, take care of business. They're going to be number 2 in the playoffs, and they've never been to the playoffs yet. And I think they could beat any team in the playoff right now. Georgia, I'm scared of. But I'm not scared of the other teams. I'm not scared of Bama. I'm not scared of Cincinnati. That's no problem. Notre Dame sneaks in there. No problem. Georgia's the one you got to watch out for, I think. You know, Georgia's like, their defense is like an NFL defense. Yeah. I worry about controlling line of scrimmage against them. But that's my rant.
I don't worry about nothing.
I can't wait to clip. This is the best thing that's ever. This is the happiest I've been in the last 10 years.
You?
Including my son.
Oh, that? Oh, forget about it. I know.
I text my wife right afterwards because she knows. I'm like, we did it. We won. She writes back, I'm so proud of you, baby.
Did she really?
All that work I'm like, that's right. All that work I put in over the last 10 years.
I'm so proud.
All the work, the hard work, finally paid off.
I'm so proud of you.
I'm so proud of you, baby. She goes, like I was out there playing.
Oh, shit.
I felt like I was out there playing,
That's
man.
great.
They felt the spirit.
I'm so proud of you. Like you made the phone call.
Okay, yeah. Oh, man. I was really happy. I don't want to keep talking about it, but I mean, man, Jim Harbaugh, man, he was dying. He wanted to just rip the skin off himself like over the years because they brought him in to do this. And finally he gets done.
It's the only game that matters.
It's the only game that matters.
You can lose to Michigan State, whatever, but if you beat Ohio, like he's good for at least another 6 years.
That's it. And then like you saw they told him that Juwan Howard came out, grabbed him. He's like, coach. He's like, they say you couldn't beat Ohio State. What are they saying now? And Harbaugh was just trying to beat
Juwan Howard.
Dude, Juwan Howard is, dude.
What are you gonna say bad about the Fab?
Wait, whoa.
What are you gonna say bad about the Fab Five?
Juwan Howard took over as the head coach at Michigan.
I don't care.
And they are amazing now for a number 1 recruiting class. I mean, he's one of the best coaches in all of college basketball. You made a snarky little thing.
Yeah.
Okay, we heard it.
What are you gonna say bad about the Fab Five?
All I said was Juwan.
Yeah, the way you said
There's
it.
a connotation around the way that you said it.
Yeah.
What are you saying?
It's the way you said it.
It's your show. What do you got to say?
I'm not a fan.
Come on, Juwan Howard was.
I was never a fan of Juwan Howard.
Really?
Never.
Why?
I was never a fan of Howard. I was never a fan of Weber. I was never a fan of those guys.
You know,
never a
wrong with
fan.
you?
Probably because back in the day, well, I was a Georgia Tech fan, dude. I loved James Forrest and Travis Best. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know.
was it Marbury, Georgia Tech?
Yeah. The Fab Five. I don't know.
I don't know. Chris, you hear this guy?
What did Chris Webber do that was so great?
In college?
In NBA.
Oh, in NBA.
What did he do that was so great?
Well, what do a lot of guys do in the NBA?
What are you talking about?
It's
Guys that were that highly projected coming out of college, a lot of those guys.
happens all the
Basketball's
time.
different, dude, than football. Basketball's a lot different than football. Don't get me wrong. There are guys I know. What's his called? The guy that went in front of Jordan. I get it. That stuff I get, but it's not like football.
Whoa,
A lot of guys are kind of written
Mike.
when they're no.
There's
no,
11
no.
people on the basketball team. 11 times 30 teams. There's only 350 Pro Bowlers, bro. Like, it's so hard.
I could say the same thing about Christian Laettner, another guy who just
You could say it about thousands of
I
guys.
understand that, but I'm saying, I'm saying, like, that's why I said
He had a
John.
decent.
He had a
Howard
decent
had a good career.
He had a decent career.
He had a longevity.
Because he didn't play that much.
5-time NBA All-Star.
Oh,
all
stop.
NBA first team.
Go ahead.
3-time All NBA
Oh,
second
cut
team.
it out. How long was he in the
All-NBA
league for?
third
How long was he in the
NBA
league for?
Rookie of the Year.
Look at
NBA
here.
All-Rookie first team. NBA
This guy don't know his basketball, Juan.
Number 4, retired by the Sacramento. He took the Kings to the
Oh.
playoffs.
Come on.
He took him to the playoffs.
They got screwed.
What are you going to
by
say?
the Lakers.
Oh, cut it out.
5-time NBA All-Star.
How many years was he in the league?
By 15?
Okay,
Probably
so
not that
15 years. He made it to the All-Star 5
5 times?
93 to 2008.
But in
15. I got it right on the number.
In college, he was one of the best guys in the country.
So what? A lot of guys are.
So, but don't compare him. Because I can say the same thing about the dude from the Rockets. He's got the most titles.
Who?
Exactly. Who?
Olajuwon?
No.
Who?
Olajuwon's the best center of all time.
Okay, so who are you talking about?
The guy, he's a team hopper. What was his name? He hopped from team, the Lakers, the Rockets. He's got like 10 rings. Big deal.
Who? Big Shot Bob?
Did you compare Robert Ory to Chris Webber?
You did not compare those
I'm
guys.
talking credentials. When you're looking at rings and you're looking at playoffs,
Chris
that
Webber.
means nothing. Dude.
Robert Ory is a role player. Chris Webber became
Don't even
a
call
role
Chris
player.
Webber someone that can carry a
He
complete
became
NBA
a role
team.
player at the end of his
A role
career.
player, but he can't carry a team.
We're talking about Juwan Howard here.
Juwan Howard could never carry a full team.
Juwan Howard was awesome.
You think Juwan Howard is a superstar piece on a team? You're crazy.
I didn't say he was a superstar. piece.
That means you're carrying a
There's
team.
not many superstar pieces.
What are you talking
Period.
about?
What?
Every team
Has
back
one or
in
two.
the 90s had a superstar.
Okay.
Every team.
Okay, so because
So
he
he
wasn't a
was not-
superstar, you go Juwan Howard.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
What? He has to be a
You
superstar?
just told me, hold on a second. You guys just told me that he can carry a team.
Who?
No, who said that?
You said they
Who?
carried them to the playoffs.
No.
No, I said Sacramento.
So what?
He took the Kings, who haven't been to the playoffs since,
Listen, go through all.
with Vlade Divac.
What was wrong with Vlade
Jason-
Divac?
Now you're
This
saying he
isn't-
was
this
better?
isn't
No,
the-
but I'm saying, what
this
was
is-
wrong with him?
the-
What was wrong with Vlade Divac?
You're just doing
I'm
that.
really
You're just
no.
doing that to do that right now.
What's wrong with Vlade Divac?
Vlade
dude?
Divac is not a great center.
I didn't say he was, but he's not bad.
He's not good.
No, but he was like
He was serviceable.
he was like a Rick Schmitz level. Would you agree?
Listen, no, I would take Rick Schmitz.
Oh,
I would take
stop.
Rick Schmitz over. Like, this wasn't 1993 Vlade Divac playing for the Lakers. This was 2002 Vlade Divac could throw a behind the back pass, and then you got to sit him on the bench.
He was no better than Carl Weatherspoon.
Browning Nagel.
Yo, remember Carl Weatherspoon?
Yeah, Carl Weatherspoon.
You don't remember him?
I do remember him.
No, you don't.
Sure, of course I do. Horrible bust.
Yeah.
Bust.
He was he played for he played for the Golden Eagles.
Would you take Larry Johnson or Juwan Howard?
I'd take Grandmama.
I would take Grandma in his prime before he got injured. Yeah, I would take Larry Johnson. Before Larry Johnson got, and he wasn't even a superstar.
He underperformed.
Yeah.
No, he got injured. There's a difference, dude.
What's the difference?
Because you're playing with injuries.
How about
bro.
the guy from the
It's
Nets?
not-
Underperformance.
Oh, come on, bro.
How about Kenyon Martin? You take him or Juwan Howard?
Bro, Kenyon Martin had a good career.
Not better than Juwan Howard.
Well, because look at the shit teams he was on.
Oh, now you're blaming the teams.
You don't know basketball. You can't. Have
I
a
just pulled
conversation.
Kenyon Martin out of my ass.
You can't
I don't know
have, You can't have a
basketball.
conversation basketball with me. Stop.
Who was the Nets' #1 overall pick? Not him, the other guy. Not Kenyon Martin. It was another bust. Number 1 overall pick the Nets took in the late 90s or the mid 90s. Oh my God, what was his name, bro? Another bust.
In the mid 90s.
Because so many guys don't work out.
Well, like they had Chris Morris. Chris Morris was actually the first guy to break a backboard before Shaq. Do you know that?
No.
Yes, he was.
Chris Morris?
No, I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
Chris Morris.
I'm sorry.
No, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
But listen, back then everybody had a superstar. You had Barkley, with the Sixers. You had Ewing with the Knicks. You had Jordan. You had Stockton Malone. You had he was not compared to those guys.
But no one's saying he was a superstar. We're saying
So that's all I said was
we're
Juwan
saying
Howard.
he was all-star. He's a Hall of Famer.
You talking Derek Coleman?
Eric Coleman.
What was wrong with him?
What? Talk about underperforming. Number 1 overall
He was
pick.
another one. Got injured a lot though, dude. He got injured a lot, dude.
Now you're blaming injuries.
Come on, bro. You didn't think you thought Derek Coleman?
Juwan Howard was healthy.
Could have been good.
But because he got injured a lot.
Yeah.
Juwan Howard had a pretty healthy
had a
career too,
decent career.
and he was healthy. He was healthy. He didn't get
All right, here's who would you rather have as a centerpiece of your team, as a not your main star, not your main star,
complimentary guy.
a nice compliment. Would you rather have him or Charles Oakley?
Who?
Charles-
Juwan Howard
Or Charles Oakley?
I'd take.
Are you kidding me?
Oak was an enforcer, man.
And Oak was a center stone to the Knicks. Well, he was the personality, the attitude. He was the guy that got them rolling, dude.
But
Howard
but he didn't get them over the top.
I didn't even say anything. I thought about it.
You had to sit back and
I
think
didn't
about it.
it.
Right?
Juwan
That's
Howard
actually
can score.
This guy. Can I have a snack?
that's
Juwan Howard can score.
that's actually a very good argument though. Who would I have, Oakley or Juwan Howard?
Well, no, it's not.
There it is. I'm biased because I'm Michigan. Okay. All right. Now let's move on to the next segment.
I'm backing off for a couple minutes.
All right, little NFT talk. All right, I know we spoke about Kobe Bryant for all the millions of viewers watching around the world, plenty of times. Right, Mike, you don't want everybody to hear him chewing.
Yeah, but I don't want people to hear me chewing.
Okay, so the Kobe Bryant thing with the NFT, it went bad because they didn't have the proper. He made a pig out of himself, right? So. Kobe Bryant finally is coming back around, and apparently Kobe Bryant's wife trademarked the thing and got the support of the foundation. It's all coming together finally, and they just released some previews of the newest art for the Kobe Bryant NFT, and it's pretty dope. I got a couple preview videos here. You got the sound on, right? Because you got to hear the sound. It's really cool. Yeah, play one of them.
I recruited him out of high school. Certainly, I believe everything he said.
Kobe Bryant from Lower Merion High School.
Greatness lies ahead for this young man.
Thank you very much. It's been a pleasure. See you. Six. What is it?
That's
1996.
one of them, right? That's Kobe High School. So if they're all like that and they're all like a picture of him and some kind of highlight, that shit's gonna go off the hook. And I can see a lot of people supporting this because all the money goes to the foundation in perpetuity. So as it gets sold on a secondary market, there's a royalty that goes to the foundation. So I'm in line to get 6 in perpetuity. That's like a new age word.
In perpetuity.
In perpetuity. So I'm in line to get 6 of them. Mike's got a spot for one of them. Clean up some of that granola bar over there.
I got that. I'm not going to.
Yeah, sure. Watch right on the floor.
No, right in my hand.
So I'm excited about that. I also opened up my Gretzky packs on DraftKings, and I wasn't too excited about them. I'm not really happy with the DraftKings NFT marketplace. I'm not really happy with the NFT marketplace in general right now. It's like very volatile. I'm a little worried about stuff, so I kind of backed off a little bit. Gonna let things settle in and see what happens first quarter of next year. Kevin's down in Miami at a crypto NFT conference right now, just learning, and man, they're throwing so much money at it. It's just still worries me a little bit, but we'll see what happens. I still believe in it, but it's like I got to be careful because they always say, don't put in more than you're willing to lose. And, and I put in more than I'm willing to lose. So I'm going to back up a little bit, make money the old-fashioned way for a little while, and we'll see what happens. So On to a little NFL talk. Had some major injuries happen.
Say it. Do it. Do it.
You what?
Do it. The Cam Newton.
I'm back. My boy got us 6 points in fantasy.
What happened, dude?
You know what?
He's going to start again.
He's gonna start again. But right after you said it, right? I was thinking it, and you said it. When he's losing real bad, he stops trying.
I
hard.
said that.
Yeah, you said. I was thinking it. You said it. We were watching the game together. He's like that. Like if
he
it's third
folds.
quarter and he's having a bad game, there's a few picks.
He gives up.
He just starts to give up, man. He don't like fight to the
That's
end.
your boy, too, right?
No,
He don't.
I'm not really a Cam fan.
No.
He don't.
He's inaccurate. I didn't like him. Like he had the good season in the Super Bowl season, but yeah, I don't.
I'm not here to talk fantasy football either, but I will tell you guys, if anybody drafts Christian McCaffrey ever again,
You're an idiot.
you're an idiot.
I know this guy, man. It just sucks.
The second year I've got him, and this is unbelievable. This is borderline of like a team saying, "Dude, I don't even want you anymore."
Yeah, it's the injuries.
Like, what big deal? You have 1, 2, 3 games that you're a stud, and then I got to bench you.
It's not his fault. I mean, what are you gonna
Gotta
do?
stay healthy. That's
You got to
a
stay
part of the
healthy,
game.
bro. No, it is his fault.
How's it his fault?
Because it is.
His condition.
His mother should have gave him better genetics.
His conditioning's amazing.
Was his dad? His dad was in the NFL.
I said his mother should have gave him better genetics.
I mean,
Huh?
the dad genes got to take over.
The dad genes.
Yeah, maybe he got more of the mother genes.
His mother genes. He's a McCaffrey. He got genes in that family.
He just got to stretch. That's the issue.
Sucks, man. Hey,
Bro, isn't that crazy? Nah, some people are just injury riddled, bro.
they are. You know what? Who's that kid from Penn?
Look at Adrian Peterson. I mean, how many people can bounce back like him?
Who's the kid from Penn State, the running back who was amazing, #1 overall pick to the Bengals, blew out his knee 3 times, and that was it. What was his name?
Johnny Carter.
John Carter. And I met him a couple years after that, after his career was over, like 4 years into his. I mean, you watch him play in Penn State?
Yeah.
I mean, the kid was one of the best running backs I ever seen in Penn State. Probably like comparable to like a Reggie Bush, like some of the best you ever seen in college. And then I knew a kid who played college ball with him and with Kerry Collins a few years later. And I went to Penn State, and I was with this kid named Gerald Filardi, who was a linebacker for Penn State, and Kajana Carter was at the after party, and I was talking to Kajana Carter for a while. He was just telling us his stories. Like, yeah, man, I thought I was going to just be like, he was like, you felt sad for him.
Yeah.
He's like, I thought my goal was to be one of the best running backs to ever play the game, and my knees, man, it didn't hold up, and he blew out his knee like the 3rd game of his career. And just like
I don't get it, though. This
terrible,
is
man.
This is very odd. This year is very...
With the injuries,
Yeah, Dalvin Cook goes down. I mean...
Derrick Henry.
No, I'm saying this week.
Oh, this week.
Dalvin Cook, Christian McCaffrey. Who else went down? Someone else went down.
You know what I said too? Like, it's almost like these guys are over-conditioned, because when we were younger, I don't remember
Ever getting hurt.
these amount of injuries like this.
dude.
It's almost like they had more fat on them or more meat on them, or didn't.
It's almost like
Right?
they're too explosive for their own good.
I think it's basically the workload that they're doing. Like you play Monday games, you play Sunday games, and you come back and you got on a short week on the Thursday.
Yeah, but they've been doing that
Workload.
for years.
Back then, you had one running back who carried the ball
Yeah,
25,
they had
30
bell
times.
cows,
That's
dude.
it's a different game. Like
You know
it's
what I
a
mean?
different game now.
They didn't have the
Because
protection.
But is it? Now you can't even touch a guy playing with pass interference. Back then, you went over the middle, you were dead.
it was more
The
power.
quarterback would get killed. Now they protect him even more, and there's more injuries.
It was more of a power game then. So you're not getting those overuse injuries where you're pulling your hamstring.
Well, I think they're becoming more athletic and explosive for their
yeah,
own good.
everything.
Like the
back
human
then,
anatomy can only hold so much torque.
Working against them.
It was downhill. Everything now is speed, outside, fast. Like,
Bro, do you remember when we were a little younger back then, when a guy went over the middle? What would happen?
Dead.
And you would wait for it the safety would be licking his chops, bro, just to crush that guy right in the middle of the back. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and you look forward to it. Now you're not allowed to do that, but there's more injuries than ever.
Yeah.
It's horrible to watch.
I remember the quarterbacks used to get diced on air if they would lead the receiver into the hell.
I never forget that hit against Montana when the Giants.
What about
played Montana.
McCaffrey? Remember, not McCaffrey. McCaffrey for the Broncos.
Ed McCaffrey?
Remember some of the hits he would take?
Dude, how about when Montana took that hit? Who hit him from the Giants in the playoff?
Leonard Marshall.
Leonard Marshall.
Bro, he used to come to my restaurant all the time.
Who, Leonard Marshall?
All the time.
He crushed Montana.
He'd come for to-go orders all the time, him and his wife. And he knew I was a Niner fan, and I used to bust his chops all the time. I'd be like, I'm double charging you. Remember that hit? Yeah.
Dude, I never forget that hit, man. Wow. Well, yeah, man, the injuries suck. It's becoming really, really tough with fantasy, with season-long fantasy, man. It just sucks, you know? And then
I'm coming to fruition, by the way, letting you know that. My Niners are making the wild card.
I don't think we debated that.
Yes, we did. You told me they weren't going to.
When?
I'll rewind it. I'll pull that clip up.
let's roll the videotape.
Okay.
They're
the video scope.
They're probably the best team in the NFL right now.
The Niners, because they're healthy.
Yeah.
And they're running
they
the ball.
run the ball. Like Debo Samuel is out of this world.
What about Mitchell? Elijah Mitchell.
Elijah Mitchell?
He looks good.
No, I mean I haven't focused on.
Bro,
I've been watching the Rams lose.
126, 120.
Yeah, he's a stud. He's a stud.
He's a stud, dude.
Out of nowhere.
Well, he's a rookie.
They drafted Trey Sermon first
I know,
round,
I'm
and
saying-
this kid ends up being the one.
But it's not like he's been riding the pine for 3 years.
Yeah, no, I know, but still.
They got a perfect formula right now. If they keep to that, control the line of scrimmage, control the clock, let Garoppolo be a game manager, and they stay healthy on defense, they're going to be a team to beat. I'm telling you right now. I'm calling
You
it
can't win
right
a
here.
Super Bowl with a game manager.
You can't what?
You can't win a Super Bowl with a game manager.
Remember you said that.
Listen,
Because he throws when he has to throw.
but you can't. My philosophy in the playoffs, you have to have a quarterback.
A serviceable quarterback.
You have to have a better
Serviceable?
Serviceable is not gonna
Turnovers
get-
are everything, dude.
But there hasn't been many serviceable guys who have won the big one. There hasn't been many. There has been some. There's been some.
Baltimore with Trent Dilfer.
With Dilfer.
He's not even serviceable.
Tampa
not,
with
but that was
Brad
on defense.
Johnson. Tampa with Brad
Tampa with
Johnson.
Brad Johnson. That was defense.
Right? Who else?
Phil Simms. He was a serviceable
He was
quarterback.
better than serviceable.
No, he was.
He was better
not.
than
He was horrible.
He wasn't great, but he was better than serviceable. He was. And that
No,
game,
he
by the way,
wasn't.
I mean, we could just talk about Jimmy losing to the Chiefs. Like, he has to play better than that.
Who?
Jimmy, when the 49ers lost to the Chiefs.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's different. That's when the Chiefs. There's no team like that right now.
Yeah, that's a good point, too.
There's no team like that. They're not going
like
to
the
keep
parity
up
is
like
crazy.
that anymore, dude.
there's no team like that, right? Like the Chiefs,
No
you're saying?
high
Nobody has
offense
set
anymore.
themselves apart.
Even the Tampa
The
Bay
Rams have
Buccaneers.
tailed back.
The Bucks have tailed back.
Yeah, but you
Kansas
got-
City isn't even there no more.
The Cardinals are the only team that Cardinals and Packers of Aaron. I don't think Aaron Rodgers is going to be healthy.
Baltimore doesn't have that high octane anymore.
I think this year it's very similar to when the
Green Bay.
to when the but even them.
Rodgers got that foot issue, and you don't know if he's going to be healthy. And
I think this year is very similar to when the Giants made their run back when they were the Road Warriors. Like whoever the hottest team is, like those last 2 games of the year are going to run right through, and you don't know who it's going to be.
Look for the odds now. Championship.
We'll see what happens.
All right.
Let's talk about Saturday night.
Did you watch the fight Saturday?
Thank God you reminded me. You know, and he said it all week too. And you know, I never thought this kid Teofimo Lopez was that good. Denny Lomachenko made me more of a believer, but I still was like, I just don't think I think he's too cocky. He got the ego. And you said it this week. You're like, he hasn't been training. He's been partying. He is a New York kid, Long Island kid. He got that party kind of gene. And you said it. I came this close to like, why did I not put $100 on Cambosos? He was plus 700, whatever it was. And I was like, you know what? He's gonna get wiped out. And you know what? That's not what happened, bro.
So this kid.
What a fight!
I saw you tweeting about it.
Yeah, this kid beat Loma. You know what I mean? Lomachenko. And, you know.
He hasn't fought since.
And he hasn't fought since. But when he beat him, his father's always been a mouth runner.
Oh man.
Always. But he was very respectful about it, this and that, blah, blah, blah. And I noticed during the build-up of the fight, I wasn't seeing the training footage. The interviews were very cocky, very brash. He started turning into like worse than his father almost. And I said to him, and I was in a grocery store shop, and I reminded him the fight was on. I said, I have a bad feeling about this fight. I'm telling you that he's not prepared for this fight. He's not prepared. I said, I watched the press conferences. I know his personality. He's, you know, he won a fight that probably against Lomachenko. I bet you he's probably shocked he won that fight.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden comes the money and comes the promotion, comes this and now,
I think Lomachenko just had a real bad off night.
He had a
I think he
bad
fights
night.
him again. He kills.
destroys
That's
him.
I think the same thing.
Destroys him.
Now, talk about the worst corner in boxing history, right? So first round, Kambosos catches Teofimo, flash knockdown.
Yeah.
He wasn't hurt, but he
caught him.
And At the end of the first round, he goes to the corner, and his father says, "Would you get this guy out of there already?
Yeah, get him out of there.
Come on, finish this guy. Like, he's some bum. Bro, he just knocked your son on his ass 2 minutes ago. And you say, get this guy out of there already?
What that was, listen,
What was that?
But that was an exact ideal to show you that he did not train for that fight.
Right.
They took this kid light.
They did.
And this kid said it from Jump Street. He was like, I know you ain't training for this fight. I know you're not ready for me. I know you're overlooking me. And he's like, man, I'm going to do this. I'm going to knock you out. I'm going to do it. And I knew it. I said, dude, I knew it. I knew going in, I was like, this kid, you can be too cocky, dude.
You definitely can.
And especially when you can't back it up. And I think he beat Loma because it was a combination of the perfect storm. He had his best night.
And Loma had his worst night. Yeah.
Yep.
And, coming out of the locker room, when I saw that kid Cambosis, and I saw his face, and I saw him walking out, I was like, yo, this guy's coming to fight. Like, you could just tell, like, how mentally prepared that guy was for war. I knew it. Like, why didn't I put the bet in?
And Lopez, when he fought Lomachenko, he could have went 20 rounds.
Yep.
If you watched him, he faded in the 9th round.
Yep.
And he was loading up on everything, bro. I think he really thought he was going to go in there. He called first-round knockout.
I know he did.
He thought he was just going to go in there and wipe the floor with this kid.
That kid's tough, man.
He's good. And you know what? He's going to get the floor wiped with him now. Because I think that Teofimo Lopez fought such a terrible fight that made this kid look so good. And then you reflect back on, wow, he just beat the guy that beat Loma. That, Loma might come and wax the floor with this kid.
Well, he probably had the rematch clause in there, right?
No.
No
rematch clause, dude. You saw my tweet?
Wait, Lopez signed the contract with no rematch?
Because he thought he was going to destroy this kid, dude.
What? That never happened.
Yeah, well, he said to him in an interview, let's do it again. And then what happened was they asked him again later on, and he goes, no rematch clause. I don't have to take the fight if I don't want it.
So what? So he can fight Loma?
He can fight whoever he wants.
Gervonta Davis is the same weight?
This weekend.
But he's 135, right?
Yeah, he's fighting this weekend.
These guys were 125.
He's fighting Cruz. And it's stupid. He's in
Who?
that kid.
Cruz who? Not Leo Santa Cruz.
No.
All right. Well, so you got Gervonta Davis this weekend. But yeah, man, you know what? I'm glad that kid lost. I don't like him. I don't like
him,
dude.
And did you see him after the fight?
No.
You didn't see what he said after the fight?
I was at my buddy's house in L.A. and the girls were talking, and
Bro, he said he won.
He did?
He got a microphone.
Interrupted him.
He did?
He interrupted him. Oh, you saw it then?
Yeah, I saw the post.
Yeah, he interrupted him. He gets on a microphone as the kid just won a great fight. He's like, listen, I don't want to take nothing away from him, but everyone in here knows I won that fight.
I knew there was going to be one judge that gave him the nod, too.
Well, that was his town. That was his hometown.
Yeah.
And
Brooklyn.
Think about this, dude. How big of a star are you when you're fighting in the theater?
Yeah, why did they fight in the theater instead of the Garden?
You can't, because he can't sell.
I thought it maybe was something with COVID.
No, it was in a theater, dude.
Yeah, I know.
Even Terrence Crawford came on.
Didn't we go to the theater for a fight?
We've been both.
Yeah.
We've been to the theater.
The theater only holds like maybe 7,000 people.
Yeah, they hold amateur fights in there.
Yeah, that's who I saw fight there. The kid from Hasbrook Heights, the fighter.
Yeah, they throw amateur fights there.
And so I was surprised. So whatever. And then I did not watch the Triller, so you could comment on that Triller bullshit.
I gotta be honest with you. I could never understand why they were doing this, and even after I watched it, did you watch Triller this weekend?
No, who fought?
It's called Triad. They did this new thing called Triad.
I saw the guy trying to egg on Dana White. That's the only thing I saw from that.
Really? Oh, okay. Yeah, probably. Yes, telling them, yeah. So basically what it is, it's a combination of, if you guys didn't watch it, it's a combination of mixed martial arts and boxing. And what they did was, instead of using an octagon or a square or a circle, they take a triangle with ropes.
Oh, with ropes.
With ropes.
I didn't see any of it.
Not a cage. So then what happens is they take a team of MMA, which was Rampage Jackson, and they take boxing, which was Shannon Briggs. But
let's go, champ.
Lo and behold, I didn't realize that they actually didn't get to pick their fighters. I thought they did. I thought they were the ones allowed to pick their fighters, whoever was willing to do so. It wasn't that the matchmakers made them, and they just kind of were the spokesperson for them.
I don't understand. It was tag team?
No. So it was you had a team. They had a bunch of fights on the card. Every fight was MMA versus boxing, and then you got points. You accrued points as a team. If you got a decision, you got a certain amount of points. If you got a knockout, you got 5 points.
Oh, so MMA versus MMA fighter, boxing versus boxing. No, boxing versus MMA.
Yeah, the whole way down.
But
And then
it
at
was
the end of
boxing.
Well, it's a mixture.
They let them.
No, so listen. So you were able to obviously box. You can't kick. You can clinch. You can grab behind the head. You could rabbit punch. You could throw like certain things. But here's the thing. This is what a lot of people.
It's got to be tough to judge something new like that.
This is what a lot of people don't understand. This is where people who don't understand boxing don't understand that that's not an edge for the guys with MMA.
Not at all.
Because in boxing, they teach you how to clinch. Even though the ref breaks it up, you're still clinching. You're still dirty boxing. You're still working on the inside. You still have to understand how to fight on the inside. So there's no elbows involved. The gloves are smaller, but there's no elbows involved. There's no.
Were they 8 ounce, 10 ounce, 8 ounce?
I think they were. Yeah, 8. I don't. But they were definitely smaller. They were not normal boxing gloves, and they were MMA gloves.
They weren't. They were probably 8.
They were small. Yeah. So it definitely still favors the boxing. However, what they did, bro. I mean, some of the fights were good. But the main event with Frank Mir against the heavyweight that they put him in there with, the guy was the active.
I saw that.
The guy was an active top 10 heavyweight.
Who was the guy?
Polyev, I think his name was.
Oh, yeah, the Russian guy.
Yeah. You could see he wasn't that good, but he was sharp. For a boxer, he's a boxer. He's sharp. This goes to show what happens if you put a guy in there that really doesn't understand striking acumen with a legit striker. Like you could put Mike Perry in there with somebody, it'll be a close fight. But when you put a legit striker with boxing knowledge and understands the science in there with somebody like Frank Mir, who is known for having okay hands in MMA, bro, it was sad to watch, dude.
I saw the end.
Because first of all, he hasn't been
out on his feet.
He was out on his feet.
Bad.
And bro, thank God he didn't catch him with that uppercut.
Yeah, because when you're out on your feet and your head's wobbling and then get caught like that, that could be lights out for good.
So as far as this, though,
it's like Apollo Creed shit.
The production was terrible. I didn't like the production of it. I wish if companies come out, they stop making it a circus. They had Michael Buffer there, which had to cost a lot of money. They had Metallica there.
Buffer there?
Yeah, they had Metallica.
That's why Buffer wasn't at the Garden.
Well, no. Why would he do it in the theater? He's not gonna.
Yeah, he's not gonna do it.
You know what I mean? Then they had, but you would think maybe he'd be at the Figueroa. Oh no, that's Showtime though.
What do you think his rate is? $1 million?
Buffer?
Nah.
Per fight? I think it's like a little over 6 figures.
Probably. Yeah, a couple 100,000 probably.
Couple 100,000?
Yeah.
Stud.
I like to find that out though.
Guy's tremendous.
So they had Metallica there.
I could see him in the jacuzzi later.
Metallica's not charging anything cheap.
No.
Right?
Trilla got money behind them.
But here's the thing. So then you got guys like Fat Joe and these guys on the desk. And I'm saying to my Mariah Carey's ex-husband, I'm like, what are these guys doing here? Like, there's no reason. They had legitimate guys working the fights like Boss Fruit and stuff like that. But what are these guys? What is Fat Joe doing on the bro? If you heard him during the broadcast, and he's from our area. I used to see him all the time in Houston. You want to strangle him, bro, when you listen to him talk. Like, shut up. Like,
it's an embarrassment to not have knowledgeable guys doing the broadcasting.
But it's almost like I don't care what anyone says, dude. I never enjoyed Snoop Dogg when he was on the Contender Series. And even though these two are very knowledgeable, they obviously played the game. I can't stand watching the Manning brothers during the broadcast.
I can't stand.
You don't like the Manning?
No.
What? I don't like.
I want to hear.
I like it.
During the game?
Yeah, I don't watch it. I watched it once and then I started watching
for a couple minutes. It's cool.
Yeah.
But I can't watch a whole game listening to them talk.
Because you get distracted.
Yeah, you get distracted.
Michael Buffer speaking fee per live event. This is on AAE speakers. AAE speakers. 30 to 50,000.
No way. It's impossible.
I don't believe it either. Yeah.
Not for the boxing.
No way.
Maybe for public speaking.
Yeah, maybe for public. But then here's the thing. This is where it gets dangerous now for Bellator and the UFC. Frank Mir came out and said, I made the most money I've ever made in mixed martial arts.
The problem.
Now, you got to remember, he fought Brock Lesnar on a pay-per-view event. It was they did huge numbers.
He made more money in this.
So he's saying he did. So now I'm thinking to myself, how much did he really make? So I start doing a little research. I find out that Mike Perry, his highest fight was $60,000 in UFC to show.
This one?
$250,000 they paid him to show. So that's Mike Perry. That's he's a little lower. He was low, not a main event. So God knows what Mir made. So these guys got a lot of money behind them.
They do. They have I think Jay-Z's an investor. There's a lot of big money behind these guys.
You know, a lot of big money.
They're trying to just make it. They're thinking they're making entertaining. So I guess,
But it's not a good product.
I guess maybe for the casuals who don't really, for guys like me and you who watch UFC and boxing, but maybe for casuals they like it. I can't stand it.
Here's the thing that here's the one.
It's not
thing-
even competitive.
It's not entertaining.
Here's the only.
I don't think so.
Here's the only thing I liked about it. I like the design of the triad, and here's why. Because if you put a guy in a corner, he could skirt away. But if you put a guy in a corner in the triad, because it's like this, there's nowhere to go. You have no choice but to fight on the inside now. You can't move. You can't skirt. You can't skirt laterally. You're like this. So you can either come up this way where I can bang you back in, or you come up the other way and I can bang you back in. So it's not like you can move this way or this way. You're like this. And if you try to move this way, you got to move on an angle, and boom, I can liver shot you right back into the corner. So it forces you to fight on the inside. That I like.
I can't stand it no more.
But it's not a
Where's
good
Jim
product.
Lampley?
But it's not a good product.
Where's Larry Merchant? You know, where's George Foreman, dude? Bring back the old timers. I can't stand this no more.
Then we got Tommy Fury. And Jake Paul.
Who was the guy who used to do the scorecard? Where's Harold Letterman?
Oh my
Harold
God.
Letterman,
Yeah.
I got it.
All right, Jake.
All right, Jake, I got it.
rounds to two.
I got it 10 rounds of
You know,
Roy
like,
Jones.
come on, man. I'm sick of these guys.
On the board of the Athletic Commission.
Yeah, I even like Al Bernstein and those guys better. Like, I can't stand this shit no more, bro.
Well, listen, they can't.
Social media, man.
Dude,
It's like we're bored.
Bro,
We
it's
don't
terrible.
What's
have-
Mariah Carey's ex-husband's name?
I have no
Cannon.
idea.
What the hell?
What is he doing?
Like, but listen, like, who sits down at a desk one day and goes like this? You know what? We got to get two guys to be like let's get Nick Cannon
And Fat Joe.
and Fat Joe.
Nick Cannon was announced?
Yeah.
Oh, that's horrible.
Oh, it's really bad.
I mean, come on, bro.
Like, it's just social media, man. They don't want.
I'd rather see Bruce Willis up there.
All right. UFC news. Kevin Lee.
Wait, stick to boxing real quick. We'll go to the bottom. Tommy Fury, Jake Paul, December 18th.
Oh, God. Who is Tommy Fury?
Tyson Fury's brother.
Oh, that's his brother?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. He's a real boxer?
Yeah, out of the UK. Not that good, but
How good?
Not that good.
Professional?
Yes. Yeah, but he's only fought on American soil once. He's serviceable, but he's not that good. Very winnable fight for Jake Paul.
Another winnable fight for-
However, they called his bluff on the contracts. Apparently, the Paul brothers give out contracts that have very, very tight stipulations on them, like you can't knock them out,
Knockdown.
you can't do this. So yeah,
What did they say?
yeah,
No knockdown.
no knockdowns. Like you're not allowed. Yeah. So Tommy Fury.
No knockdowns.
That's why. Who was
Why, Woodley didn't knock him down?
Yeah, Woodley said something about it under wraps a few weeks ago.
But apparently, it's been coming to fruition that their contracts have been a little bogus.
No knockdown.
Like there's a certain So
That's what it's all about, the money.
No.
You see?
So let me finish. So Tommy Fury came out publicly in the press conference and said, if you think that contract is null and void with me, he's like, we're fighting on a legit contract. There's no specifications. There's no nullifications. There's nothing. We're fighting. There's no knockdown, no this, no that. He's like, I don't like you. We're fighting. Like, so it's a fight. This is actually going to be a fight.
I can't believe you just told me that
Yeah.
there was stipulation in a boxing match that you weren't allowed to knock him down, but he could knock you down. Are you kidding me, dude?
All right.
Wow, bro.
Let's go.
It makes it even more embarrassing. God damn it.
I'm going to let
man.
you pick the next topic.
Kevin Lee, cut from the UFC. Hate to see it. I like Kevin Lee. Apparently he got popped for some gas.
No, he didn't get popped.
He didn't?
No, he's been on suspension. He's been on a
But
suspension.
he just fought
Yeah, but but afterwards he got popped.
afterwards.
But that's not why,
you think it's contract negotiation?
I think he's just because of his losing. He's been losing. He hasn't been doing well.
But he's
And believe it and listen, he
had a good run.
had an okay run, but he's another guy. He gets injured all the time. He's got this, he's got that. And you know what? I don't buy it either. I think there's something to be said about what he got popped for. I'm sorry, I do.
Maybe.
Because if you look at what he got popped for Adderall. That's what he got popped for.
Pop for Adderall?
Yeah, now everybody is saying, oh, it's Adderall, it's ADHD drug, it's this, it doesn't affect your performance. It 1,000% affects your performance in the training room. Not a question in my mind.
Adderall?
Yes, and here's I'm going to tell you why.
Focus.
No, more, a lot more. It makes you sweat profusely. It makes you have to shit a lot. These are all things that this drug does to you. But here's the thing: you have cocaine. Like, I've never done cocaine before, so I'm just saying things that I hear about cocaine, and I'm swear to God, guys, I've never even tried it. But it makes people very like crazy. Their adrenaline starts going right. So here's the thing. So
It's very similar.
no, it's not. That's the whole thing. That's what people don't understand. They're like, well, he would have a heart attack if he trained on cocaine. Or you have a heart attack. That's not the. You have a sympathetic and a parasympathetic neuron in your brain, right? They communicate back and forth with each other. That's what it does. Okay, and what it does is when they communicate back and forth with each other, it releases dopamine. Now, when you do cocaine opens up one of those doors. It opens, two of those doors. It opens up dopamine, and it opens up the adrenaline gland. And then what it does from there, it tries to lock the door, the dopamine, from getting out. So it keeps you higher longer. Adderall opens all the doors and gets everything without letting your adrenaline get involved. So it keeps you extremely focused. It keeps you completely dialed in, completely alert, without the adrenaline, without that crazy adrenaline. So there's absolutely a segue for that to be extremely beneficial. Not only that, but you're tired. I don't want to go to the gym today. I don't want to train today. Adderall's going to help you focus and get up and want to go and train. So there's 1,000% an edge with Adderall, especially from the standpoint where when you are training, you're sweating more. Whatever you're eating, you have to go to the bathroom, where with other drugs, you get clogged up. You don't want to go to the bathroom. So what he said was he got tested, and he didn't. They asked him to take it to the commission and tell them you're on Adderall for ADHD. He said no. Well, why not? Why not tell him you're taking it for ADHD? He said no because I figured when I got off it, I would be done. And it would be traced out of my system. It wasn't traced out of his system. But if you weren't doing nothing wrong and you were doing it for the legitimate reasons, you would have went back and you would have said to them, listen, I'm on ADHD medication.
Prescription.
No, he didn't do it because he got caught taking Adderall. Period end.
I've never heard athletes with Adderall for enhanced performance.
Bro, there's a dialing in factor with Adderall. It completely makes you dial in. It will make you focus. Everything seems very sharp, minus the hardcore adrenaline. So you won't be.
I didn't need that Adderall here. No. I want to be focused. All right.
I couldn't see you. You should pop an Adderall and do a show. So much yelling.
I'm like, hail to the victor. All right, now I hope this fight comes to fruition. Lab brought it up today, actually the other day too. But Khamzat Chimaev and Colby Covington trading wars on Twitter and social media.
Actually, Covington hasn't really responded.
Really?
The last tweets I saw were of Chimaev saying that he's like, call the cops, I'm coming for you.
I killed you, I smashed you.
At one point in time, it's almost like he was on Adderall, dude. He was literally tweeting everybody. He tweeted Daniel Cormier. He's like, hey, brother, let's have a wrestling match. Cormier's like, are you crazy?
Chimaev did that?
Yeah. He's like, are you nuts, Cosmo?
I love this guy. I hope I see that fight because that would be a great fight. I don't know how you could pick against Covington in that fight. But then again, we've only seen Chimaev take one point. We have no idea.
Yeah.
That'd be a great mystery fight. I would love to see it, and I'd love to see Covington actually kick his ass. That would be nice.
I love that.
Love that. Another big fight. Tough fight. Confirmed February 26th. Beneil Dariush versus Islam Makhachev, who's supposed to be the next champ. But, man, what a test that is for him.
That's a great fight.
At
first, I don't know why. I thought it was, and I told you, I was like, Dariush and Chimaev. I'm like, meh.
Yeah.
Then when I found out it was Makhachev, I was like, this is a good fight. This is a really, really good fight. Because not only is Dariush going to be able to really hold his own and maybe test Makhachev on the ground, because let's face it, there's not, you know what I mean? Like, Dariush is very legit in BJJ. Second degree black belt, very, very, very slick. But I'm interested to see if Makhachev can keep up with Dariush's striking. Dariush is a very, very underrated striker.
All around the great.
He's just an all-around, and he's on a run. The only thing with Dariush is he can be chinny at times. You know, so
I mean,
this is a great fight.
I would lean a little bit right now on Makhachev, but man, this is a tough fight. This is his toughest challenge by far.
Yeah, this is a great fight.
Can't wait to see that one. And then last but not least, the main event this weekend. If you know MMA and you watch all the fights, and if you watch Rob Font the last couple of years fight, and if you know who Jose Aldo is and watching him on his second run right now, winning, you know, he's starching Moraes, Marlon Vera, who else was it? Pedro Munez. I mean, he's fighting some stiff competition and really showing people that he's not done
Back
yet.
at bantamweight.
You know, back at and like you said, he rejuvenated with the leg kicks again now, right? And Font's got hands.
Yeah.
Font destroyed Garber. Font's mowed through a lot of people in the last 2 years too, man, including Marlon Moraes. So this is an awesome fight. I was leaning Rob Font, and I know you're, you know, might be leaning the other way. Come Thursday, we'll see what happens. But I mean, it's a very difficult fight to call.
There's a lot of elements to break down. I mean, you got.
I know you're a big Aldo fan too.
I love Aldo. I like Font.
I like
too.
Font.
But there's a lot of elements you got to break down. You got to look at some like just like obvious things like glare in your face. Like look at what you just said about Aldo's competition. Munoz, he's beating some legit tough dudes. Then if you look at who's Rob Font's beating, he's knocking out Garbrandt, chinny. Knocking out Moraes, chinny. You know what I mean? Like there's some elements you got to tie in there. But like I said, you don't know sometimes with Aldo. If he comes down, he's just throwing hands. He's not tying kicks together. Him getting into a straight up technical firefight with him could be dangerous because we've seen Aldo rock before.
But Aldo looks like he's fighting.
But he's fighting better right now. He's
smarter,
more economically.
Yeah, he's fighting smarter, like he's for his age and where he's at.
And that's right. If you look at the metrics, his leg kicking game is gradually coming back.
His legs look tremendous last fight.
But this is 5 rounds. And we know he does have sometimes an issue going 5 rounds. He does sometimes.
Font's got a great,
so it's going to be a good fight. But you got to stop with the age thing. Everyone's like he's old. He's not old. Rob Font's only a couple years older than him, younger than him.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So it's like
I think when they think, they're just thinking of warriors.
What he's done, yeah.
You know, he's been fight. You feel like he's 50 years old.
Yeah, I know.
He's not.
Isn't that crazy,
35,
dude?
right? 34?
35.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy, dude? He's been fighting. Dude, at one point in time, this guy was on an 18-fight win streak.
At one point, he was pound for pound best fighter in the UFC. At one point, he was known as for a little while.
And then he lost then he ended up losing to McGregor, which was a complete fluke. If you do that fight again.
Yeah, 8 seconds.
If you do that fight again 10 times.
He wins 9 out of 10.
He wins 7 to 8 out of 10.
I think so, too.
Well, not even a question. And that's where his stardom, but then his star dropped. But he came back.
Yeah, but who did he lose? But who he lost to?
Doesn't matter. He was losing. It wasn't the same guy.
Yeah.
He lost all his confidence. I mean, but he got it back. I mean, guys like Renan Barão could never get it back. Yeah. Renan Barão was on the same kind of run. And then he ended up getting knocked out by Dillashaw, and that was it. His career still never came back, remember?
That's amazing.
Renan Barão never bounced back after that.
Sometimes Garbrandt's the same thing.
Garbrandt, I don't know.
They were crowning him.
He's going down, bro. You know who he's jumping down now to fight?
I saw.
He's going down in weight now to fight Kai Car France.
Yeah, I saw that. Isn't that on this card?
No.
Or it's on an upcoming card sometime soon.
He's going down in weight to fight Kai Car
France.
And
to think, before that first Dillashaw fight, they were, Dana White was saying this guy is the next.
Well, he was the champion, Garbrandt. Garbrandt was champion at one time. Remember when he fought Dominic Cruz? What he did to him in that fight? He was dancing. He couldn't miss. He had like magnets in his gloves in that fight. He looked like a different guy. But now he's going to bump down. He's going to fight Kai Car France. That weight cut is not only going to take so much from him, dude. I don't know, dude. I think if he's
going to fight at 125,
he's fighting, bro.
How's he going to get down?
Kai Car France. Let me tell you something. He's overrated too, though. Kai Car France.
I can see Garbrandt winning this fight.
Garbrandt's going to come out fast as shit.
Yeah.
I mean, his speed is insane as it is, but I don't know. I think if he gets knocked out in this fight, he's got to call it quits. He's
very
done.
chinny.
It's done.
He launched his own NFT and it was really bad.
Yeah, probably got fucking knocked out.
No. Well, it was called the No Love something series and
No Chin. They should call it Cody No Chin Garbrandt NFT.
Nobody bought him, bro. It was really, really bad. Nobody bought him. very low sales. And they
Is that
were
crazy?
affordable, too. They weren't even expensive.
And he's not a bad guy.
No, I like him.
You see what he does with that kid all the time? Like there's that one kid that follows him around. He gave this kid the belt.
He's like a good guy.
He's a good. He just got that short fuse, dude.
He said Glass Joe.
He's got a he's got a Napoleon complex.
Yeah, he does.
You know?
He does. So
Coming
back to you on Thursday. Don't forget to come to the Mad Lab MMA.
Big show Thursday. Big show.
Big show Thursday. We're going to go 4.5 hours. Breaking down every fight for the rest of the year. See you Thursday. MadLabMMA.com. Promo code BetsTV. Check us out. Wagers DFS. Full breakdowns. Live stream. Discord. Everything. Peace.